Hi guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I am your beautiful host Shamiso, and guys, before I introduce my first guest, I would like to apologize for ghosting, for leaving you guys on red, for going away for a couple of months with no explanation why. I don't really have a reason why I disappeared. But the main thing is that I'm back and we have a guest, and that's all that matters to me personally. I would like to welcome Chelsea. Yes, welcome, girl. Welcome to Shine Your Light. Welcome to Hear Me Out. Hi, Chelsea. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I am excited to have this interview. And disclaimer, guys, this is not our first time recording and this interview. We recorded in July.
Yeah.
Yeah, in July, and a lot of things were not going right with that recording. And yeah, I decided to ask her again if she wanted to record, and she said, "Girl, I was thinking the same thing." And I was like, "Look at God, look at the Lord." I was like, "Thank you." Because I didn't want to produce something that was haphazard and all of that stuff and convoluted. So we decided to do this recording again. And I'm really, really excited to do this recording.
Yeah.
So Chelsea, welcome once again. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing this interview with me for the second time. Second time's a charm, you know. So I know this one's gonna be so much better than the last one. So I yeah, so who are you? What do you do? Yeah, let's start with that simple question. Who are you? What do you do? Tell the people.
Okay. My name is Chelsea Dzingira. I read as my middle name if that piece of information is going to help you in any way. And I am a writer, slash photographer, slash student, slash employee, slash adulting, trying to make it in this world. And yeah, you know, I'm just a person who's trying to coexist and find her purpose, you know. This is who I am.
Also, I really like that. One thing you mentioned is that you were a writer. And have you written something, maybe like a book? I don't know. Have you? Like,
Yeah, so
like this.
like that. Something like that looks awfully similar to something
Yeah,
that I have
write your
written.
name on it. There's no picture.
Like this.
Why are we twinning?
What's winning?
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, on the writer part, I am a published author. I wrote my first book from a bird's eye. Probably my greatest achievement,
Mhm.
my baby, my
Yeah.
child, my firstborn, so I give her everything she wants, everything she needs.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my first piece. And from a bird's eye, what it is about. It is just about a young girl named Cyan. And she is asked to go back to an organization she used to work for.
Mhm.
But then she learns a few things along the way. And so she kind of has to adjust or adapt to those truths and understand how to heal and move forward with life, having known certain things. So it's a crime drama.
Mhm.
It's a drama, fiction, very much witty. So that's just the book.
Wow, that is just amazing. The fact that you are so young and you wrote this amazing book. Um, yeah, and it's on Amazon, guys. It's like official because it's on Amazon. That's like official because all the authors they put their books on Amazon. So I think it's it's a whole thing. Um, so why did you write this book? Like, what was the genesis? of this book. Yeah.
So I'm a reader myself. I read a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I read like crazy. I've been reading ever since I was very, very young. And books have always provided a place for me. Well, maybe say supplied, sounds very personal. Supplied
Mm-hmm.
a place for me where a very safe place. If I was going space for other people to when they open the book, they don't have to, you know, linger on what they are going through. They can just enjoy the book. Books are a very, very safe place. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do the same. Also, just wanted to address certain things in the book. Societal things, depression, anxiety, um, children whose parents are divorced or separated,
Mm-hmm.
grief, loss, things like that. Even body shaming,
Yeah.
Of course, I wanted to touch on those things. I felt like I wanted to give my 2 cents
Mm-hmm.
about those issues, and I tried to incorporate them in the book such in a way that it's not so. It's obviously you understand that this is what I'm trying to say, but it's funny at the same time. I'm not trying to make it too dark,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
that was also one of the reasons why I wanted to write, just so that I could speak up about certain things that I want to speak up about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just wanted to write. It was an assignment that I believe God
Mm-hmm.
to told me to do because we around the time that I started writing, I was a period of Lent, and we were fasting. And once you rid yourself of certain things that could be a distraction, you hear His voice clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And He did say, or at least, yeah, say to me, right. Of course, it was a very strong impression on my heart that you need to do this for someone who's never actually believed that they could write
Mm-hmm.
ever. It was pretty much okay. This is not coming from me, and
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it was my duty
Mm-hmm.
to that. It gave me my responsibility to listen to that, and you know, whatever assignment he has next for me, I think this was the first step into building myself into that.
Mm-hmm. Um, that's so amazing because I can relate to the part where you're saying like it was an impression that you could obviously tell it wasn't from you, like it was obviously from the Holy Spirit. Because even when I started Shine Your Light, like the Lord was just like start a blog, and I was like, I'd never written a blog in my life. Like I would write poetry and all of that stuff, but like I'd never written a blog, and I did like writing, but I'd wanted to start a blog at some point, then I stopped. Then I started to write it like when the Holy Spirit told me to do it. It was kind of like no. And then I was like, okay, fine. Couple hours later, I was like, let me just do this. And then it turned into Shine Your Light and all of that stuff. So it's amazing how just like one word can just completely change the rest of your life. Like the fact that you're sitting here now like talking about a book and that you wrote, like it's just so amazing. And I hope it encourages someone who's young and wants to do something, whether it's write a book, start a business, go to university, like you can do it. Yeah. So like what was the fun part of writing the book? What was like, yeah, yeah.
The fun part, part of the thing, complete and fun. I was always so excited to write.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was always just so like it was just like fun, like I would love to was just so excited to write like all the time, just like super excited, just like okay, I'm about to start writing. And I think the fun part of it was just generating ideas, and just creating this thing, then reading back and saying, oh, okay, I really did this thing. So I'd say that's really the fun part of it.
Mm. Okay. What was not the best part of writing? Because I like writing a book, like it probably took you a long time to do it. So what was something that you didn't particularly like writing this book?
Um, I would say, at least when I came here, because I started writing the book when I was back home.
Mm-hmm.
When I then came here, there's a lot that goes on when you move
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
of just everything, learning to fly on your own without your parents,
Yeah.
etc. You know, a lot of that can affect your mental. And
Mm-hmm.
when it's mental, it affects everything else around you and your hobbies or what you're trying to complete. And I found that it kind of, was putting a hold on my inspiration. I was no longer inspired and is the worst thing wanting to complete a book and not being inspired. Like it's the worst equation ever. And so I think that was the not so fun part of it. I had writer's block,
Yeah.
crazy writer's block to the point where I'm just so depressed. Like I wouldn't say depressed, but like frustrated, like really, really frustrated because I wanted to finish it. This is the direction I want to go, but I know I can never write anything that's authentic if
Yeah.
I'm late. So I'll say that was the not so fun part of it. Yeah, the writer's block is crazy. It is so, so crazy. And you really have to take yourself out of that, and also the taking yourself out of the writer's block is just crazy in itself.
Mhm. So, like, what did you do to take yourself out of the writer's block?
Thing is, with that, you just have to continue writing. That's one of the first things that you have to do. You know, you complaining that you are finding it hard to write will not increase the numbers on the pages, or the views on the pages. You just have to continue. Eventually, you will get into the, to say, nick of things. The more you write, the more it's like you're learning how to swim, or learning how to ride a bike. Eventually you start riding it on your own, without the help of your parents. So there was that. Also, I used to pray a lot about that blog. I used to pray a lot, like God, please give me ideas, and each and every time with answer, because each and every time I prayed, I would find, okay, this idea is crazy. Like, let me incorporate that. So prayer for me was just thing number one. It's very, very important for me to pray like I need this is the direction I want to go. Please help me. And you'd always answer and say, okay, there you go. Here's an idea. And also just being inspired. Like I mentioned, I am a photographer as well. So going outside and taking pictures sort of helped me in, finishing off my book, just like the, different places, just seeing different things. And it really helped me, into creating something that's just beyond myself.
Mm. Um, yeah, that's a very practical way of ensuring that, like, if you have writer's block, because some people they just kind of stop or like wait until it goes away. But life is spiritual, so you gotta you gotta have God
Yeah,
to help you and guide you with that.
it does help.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could be just doing something and you just feel like, oh, okay,
Hmm.
I want to write. But it's not like that all the time. And so you really have to push yourself, like, finish this. So I am going to finish this.
Hmm. Hmm. So a thought just came into my mind. Did you base any of the characters on people you knew? Or like people's, and then you just clumped them up together and then you got one character?
Okay.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, when people who read the book and people who know me as well, always asking, is Sayan you? Like, are you writing about yourself? Even my dad really asked me that question, like, are you writing about yourself? And
Mm,
I'm like, gosh, no. And all the time I'd say, no, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. But then I realized, like with Sayan, it is mostly me because to write is to write what you know about. And I know myself. So the main character had to be someone I knew.
yeah,
And parts of her, parts of me are in her. And in all the characters as well, they reflect like different parts of me. you know. Some characters represent um seriousness,
Mm-hmm.
you know, some represent the anxiety that I had to go through at some point. Some represent just, the smart say, some kind of that. So most of the characters they represent some part of me, so I knew how to write the characters well. There's some characters like the mom. Mom would represent my mom, my mother, Patience, and um some other characters, some little things like my best friend's birthdays and little things like that would be there. So yeah, I definitely had to take from some areas to make it
Yeah.
real with it.
Mhm. Yeah, because I was just like, that would be interesting if you had like a guy friend and then you based him on, then you'll be reading that, you'll be like, is that how you see me?
Kyle the drama. No.
Um, yeah, but that's a yeah, it's interesting to see like where your mind has to go just to write a book. Um, because you have to think of a lot of things that people may think about when they are reading as well. So you're not only the writer, but you also have to be the mind of the reader as well. Because I watch a lot of like crime shows. I watch a lot of TV, like in general. And sometimes the way the characters go, like you're like, why did the writers do this? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
why did
yeah.
they write it like this? And or like books based on movies based on books. And then some people that have read the books are like, this is not how I imagined them to be. Like this is not, you know, what I intended them to be. So you have to really go into new levels of your mind. Like, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That
So,
a certain chapter of the book obviously was saying a lot about it. Just so that those were still reading, I don't spoil.
mhm,
But I've never really gone through this particular emotion, and um, I had to write about it because that's where it was going. That is where the book was going. And I found that I had to really dig deep, very, very, very deep to
mhm,
pull out whatever, emotion that would relate to it, so that I could write something, because it's a very, very powerful emotion. Very, very, very powerful. And you have to know how to get it across well. And for someone who's never gone through that, never really gone through this.
um, yeah, sorry, your network was being very weird, and then it was like now catching up. Um, but it's fine now. I can hear what you're saying. Um, so do you like plan to um do a part two of a bird's eye from a bird's eye?
A funny thing is I was really thinking about it today.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe I did. I'm not really sure, but I really would like to continue the story. I think I need to go to that place again, where, because writing a book is just no small thing,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really, be
Mm,
in to do that, have to be replenished, have to be revived, and then definitely I think the story, I think I would love to continue the story actually. And at some point I started, but then I stopped because I was thinking, maybe not now, but I would love to continue the story. So maybe when the craziness of the first one is over, I can start again and I can just, immerse myself again in that.
mm, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be cool for you to be a two-time author, type of thing. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, so onto other things besides the book, because behind the book there's a author, there's a person. You mentioned that you like photography. Do you have like a photography business? Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't have a photography business. I do have a page.
Oh,
Um, yeah, Charles Poetic Portrait. Um, I didn't really want to turn my hobby into a chore, and I
mm,
did point, and because of that, my camera collected dust. So
mm,
when I eventually go back, I don't want to, make it a hobby or a chore. Sorry, I don't want to make it a chore. Because you end up losing passion for things that you really do love. But I am a photographer, very young one, but still a photographer nonetheless. And I really love participating in minimalistic photography.
mm,
So, minimalistic photography is you have an object and the negative space around it is portraying that one object. You
mhm,
know, your aesthetic photos basically, but it kind of goes beyond that. So for me, it's mainly black and white. So I love, 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 love doing that. So yeah, this is what I do. That's
mhm.
what I. Mhm.
Oh, I like that. So currently you said it's like a craft page, like it's not really a business. Would you want to turn it into a business?
I think when I do have like the equipment, because right now I just have my camera and the studio lights, so it's only enough for me just to do this and that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But maybe I would love to do because I feel like I'm just such an artsy person. Like I just want to do this, I want to do that. So I would love to turn it into something when I can. But another thing is like I don't really like taking people pictures, like do this for me, do this for me, or like I'm not really a huge fan because I
Mm,
like to do what I want to do. You
mm,
know, I don't know if I could own a business like that, hopefully or maybe if I could just make bread off of that, at least I can try. But you know, hope I don't know if God allows, if God allows, then maybe I just have to be in that zone. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I couldn't take pictures professionally to save my life because yeah, I have many gifts, many talents, but photography and drawing, no, that's not one of them. I think I could take pictures of my sisters like on an iPhone, all that stuff, because iPhones are just, nice to take. It's nice.
Yeah, pretty much easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like the niceness is already within the phone. So you don't really have to
Yeah, exactly. You don't
you
have
don't
to
have to
like work
worry
hard.
about it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is required of me to like
Yeah.
be
There's
professional.
also a lot of work, right? Like after that, you have to edit and this, that, and
Yeah.
the third.
Hmm.
A lot of work. You have to be mentally strong to do all of that
Yeah.
stuff. But the
Yeah.
passion, then it's not a problem.
Yeah, definitely. Um,
Hmm.
so you mentioned you are in university. What
Yeah.
are you studying, if you don't mind sharing?
Business, business management. Yeah,
Mm,
still in my fifth semester out of my sixth. Almost done.
looks
I'm in my
amazing.
last year. Yeah, I'm almost done. Oh my gosh, so nerve-wracking, but yeah, I'm almost done. Let's go. Hmm.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice. That's nice. Why did you
yeah,
choose the place you're in now? Like Poland. Why did you choose that specific
yeah.
country?
I didn't really choose
Mm-hmm.
to come here, but it was more of my dad's decision.
Uh, I get that.
So I'm basically like, I have a friend who has a child here. He's comfortable, like he sees, he under like he could. It was there, like the facts were in front of him, so it was easy for him to say yes. Other places, it was just like giving me the runaround. So I just said no, no,
Mm.
it's all right, we'll do. I'm sure your parents also like your parents were just okay with you going to the UK, like your parents.
Yeah. Yeah, they wanted all of us to go to the UK.
Yeah,
So all of my sisters are now in the UK now because we're all in university.
yeah,
Three of us are in university right now. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, this is where they wanted us to go to. But now that I'm like about to finish uni, like my master's, like I finish next year, I'm kind of considering moving to somewhere else. I don't know if I'll still be in the UK or if I'll go somewhere else, but I'm considering like ensuring that whatever job I have, I can travel and be flexible in that. Um yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, all my sisters are in the UK, so yeah, it's what my parents wanted, I guess, after my older sister came here, and
Yeah.
we just kind of followed suit because yeah, it's fairly easy to it was fairly easy for us to get like into the universities we wanted and with the grades and all. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
is good.
yeah,
And after school, I know you're doing your master's right now, but like,
Wait, what's the question? Sorry, it was kind of breaking up as you were asking the first part of the question.
any plan you have after school?
Get a job. That's the plan. Get a job, grow shine your light, and all the other businesses I want to start. Yeah, that's mostly the plan. Travel, um, yeah, get married at some point. Um, yeah. But
Hmm.
do my businesses like shine your light. I want to do a
Yeah.
media company as well. I also want to
Okay.
do a renovating slash interior designing company.
Okay.
But I also want to work in like a company as well because
Yeah.
it is with entrepreneurship, like it's not going to immediately make you money on day one.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
can, yeah, you have to be patient with it and you have to have like some sort of
True.
plan. And what else? I'm gonna get further my education at some point. I don't know when though. Um, yeah. Talking about furthering my education, um, furthering my education at some point, getting a PhD. And I realized it actually takes like 4 years max, um, in the UK if you do a full-time one. And if you do a part-time one, it's like 6 or 7. So, so I will definitely be doing full-time because I don't want to be spending 6 years in school for
Yeah.
what?
Wild. At
Yeah.
school, how many years you be in school? It's crazy. So you have to educate yourself, right?
Yeah, like all my life I've been in school. Like,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to like actively choose
Mm-hmm.
to be in school. I don't know if that's normal behavior.
It's normal. Like, I mean, you have to educate yourself because you have the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
Um, yeah, so I'll get myself another degree, be a doctor in something, in something. I don't know what yet, but I'll be a doctor in something. Um, I hope it happens when I get married because I actually want to change my surname. So I don't want to like double barrel and be Doctor Zumbira John or something. I don't want to do that.
you want it to happen before you get married? Like, you want to be a doctor before you get married or after?
After.
Yeah. So you have like a double barrel surname?
I don't want a double barrel surname.
It was just be your surname?
No, it'll be his surname.
Ah, okay. So Dr. So and so.
Dr. So and so. Because I don't want to do Dr. Dzumbira John. Like, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Not like someone's in the picture already, or is this an
no,
example?
no.
Have to ask because John was very quick on the tongue, like, okay, but what does this mean?
No, that's the first name that came into my head, Zumbira John. No, I don't want to do that because I just don't want to do that. And all the people that are gonna be like, but you're the one who worked on it. I don't care what you think. That's personally what I want to do.
Okay, I actually like that energy. I should change, like
Like, like,
doctors are good period.
yeah, um, yeah, because I don't want to keep my surname when I get married because I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
um, not that I don't like my surname, but
Hmm.
not that I don't like my surname. I love it, but I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean it's supposed to go anywhere. It's
yeah.
fine.
So
Mhm.
some people like they keep it like if that's how people have known them, like if they're high profile like business owner or something, they keep it like on cards or whatever, but legally it would have changed already just to keep the brand. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Um,
No,
I
no,
guess
just
that's why I also said, hi guys, my name is Shami, so I don't say my surname. So that
mm,
just
say it.
carry
Say your name. Hi guys, my name is Shabby, so that's it.
like um yeah. No, but there's no one in the picture
Yeah.
um at the moment. Single as a Pringle for like I've been single for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm,
Two?
find yourself,
Yeah.
and chase
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. It will come when it comes, whenever it comes.
Yeah.
But no, there's no Mr. John.
Uh, no, that's the picture. At this point, you just might, and you kind of gatekeep, but it's fine. You
No.
know.
No, like genuinely, if there was, like, I think my shine your light people would somehow know. I
Yeah.
think
Way
I
though.
huh?
What way? In what way would they know?
I think
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
Concoct.
I actually can't think of something to say. I think I would talk about it. I think I would genuinely talk about it and be like the relationship that I have with my man's like, because when I was in a relationship before, I talked about on Shine Your Light with one of the guests. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say which guest because you're also not gonna go be in my business like that and then ask me questions like, Shami, so what happened? You don't need to know what happened. Um, at the right now in time, you don't need to know what happened because it was a bit messy. But like, um, yeah, I talked about it. Like, I would actually talk about it if I was having a conversation with someone. If you were to ask me, like, Shami, are you in a relationship right now? I wouldn't lie and say no. I'll be like, yeah, I am, and I'm happy and I'm great and it's awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's how they would know. That's how you guys would know.
Like you probably just like, you know, incorporate it somehow in the
Yeah,
conversation
yeah.
and keep it up and say, okay, so what's going on there,
I'll be like,
And
you think?
I'm not shy. Well, maybe shy is not the right word, but you're just free to talk about what you have going, given that it's making you happy,
Yeah, yeah. So when the time comes, I will most likely mention it, and then that'll be about it. I don't know if I will bring him on Shine Your Light, depending on what his career is.
You
Uh,
should. What he's doing, if he's going to inspire other people, then you should bring him on, girl. So we learn from him. We learn from him and understand how he makes things flow, you know? I'll say yes, bring him on, show.
To
Really?
my future boyfriend that is not in my life right now. We will see. We will see. It depends, like, honestly, like, if he wants to, I would definitely not be opposed to it. Like, as long as he wants to marry me and we've talked about it and we're going to do it, sure, he
Yeah.
can be a part of it. But if he's unsure and he's confused, no, y'all aren't gonna see the.
Uncertainty.
Mm.
Zero. No, but it's crazy how like and it makes me so happy, honestly speaking, like genuinely speaking, it makes me so happy how, there are a lot of weddings, a lot of engagements, a lot of cows being sent home. It's
Mm.
a nice thing to see, honestly speaking. Like, I'm happy for everyone who's getting a little ring on their finger. Like, happy for you, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice to see like what you said, people getting married and all of that stuff, and like other people growing their families. Like my cousins, two of them, they just had babies like this year. And their children are a couple months apart, which is nice because they're all just gonna grow together. So it's just so amazing how God works, because it's like they're just growing up together and all of that stuff, and they're all cute. Like,
Little baby cheeks
cute.
and like
They're so
oh,
cute and they
like,
like
okay, the baby's head is like the strongest thing. It was
your your braids.
your brain.
You're so cold. And you'll be trying to be like,
Literally, it's like so strong. Like that's the strongest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know
Very
where they get that strength from. Maybe it's the breast milk that they're drinking. Like,
strong bones. Calcium.
I'm just like, you haven't even grown to a full human. How are you
The,
like?
the, the little fist. Nah, powerful.
I can feel
Very.
my hair just being pulled.
No, you actually end up with like your head minus one grade because their hands are really strong. Like I don't actually, I'm very curious where they get their strength from. Really like
Mm,
it's very strong, eh? Like
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like how it doesn't make sense how powerful they would be, like for someone that's so tiny and like things haven't formed yet. Like,
you know your hands are strong, but not that strong because you're trying to open
and you're unable to, and it's like
like it's
if,
no,
if there's a
it's
doctor watching us, tell us the science of it all. Tell
yeah,
us.
a lot of like background stuff going on that we have no idea about, and maybe it's best we don't know. Just let the baby do this thing.
Like we're very curious here, China. Like why are babies so strong and they're so tiny? It
Oh, yeah.
doesn't make sense.
You won't
It
understand.
it,
Where the
it doesn't. We're trying to can a doctor tell us? I have friends that are like learning to be doctor. That doesn't make sense. Studying to
Give me a second.
studying
Okay, you can go on.
studying to be doctors. I'll ask them.
Literally
Ooh,
the doctoral.
I have a degree, guys. I can actually say I have a degree, but
Mm,
unfortunately it was not in English.
yeah.
To all my literature teachers watching this, I apologize.
On her behalf, it happens.
Because I was trying to figure out what's the word when you're trying to think like the word you're trying to say, but other
Yeah.
words coming out of your mouth. That's what my brain did. Anyway, I'll ask my doctor friends and maybe they'll give me an adequate answer. I don't know if any of them are studying to be like pediatricians or all of that, but um yeah, we shall see. Um
Yeah.
do you have any questions for me? I know you kind of asked me some like at the beginning, but do you
Yeah.
have any questions? Random questions. It could be about anything. And they don't have to be the same as you asked me last time, even if you even remember if what you asked me last time. I don't even remember. So the fact if you remember, kudos to you, but I don't remember what you asked me last time. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think firstly before I ask, I think I just want to say thank you for like constantly like supporting like my page, like always. Like you've been on that. Like literally, like your like would always be the first one, like always. And it's
I'm always on Instagram though.
yeah, and it's really nice because as a creative, you need that support. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you support as much as you're not creating whatever you're creating for other people, you're doing it for yourself. It's your passion, it's what you're trying to fulfill. But
Yeah.
it's also nice to get that acknowledgement, from your friends. And
Yeah.
it makes me so happy, from, the actual buying of the book to even the first interview to like the constant like reposting. There you go. There you go. There's the book right there,
Go buy
makes
it.
me
I'll link it in the description box of the video.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So it just makes me like, yeah, so it really made me like, you know, happy, even like wanting to do the interview again. I was just like, no brainer. Definitely want to do this interview, because it was just like other people who like you understand what it's like to start something and to try be consistent with it and a passion, just trying to see it through. So that made me so happy, like wow, there's some people really who constantly like show you love with like what you do. It's amazing. And got to the question, my question would be, what was the motive behind starting Shine Your Light?
The motive. Well, I kind of mentioned it at the beginning of this interview. Um, the Holy Spirit told me to start a blog, and I did. And then it kind of started off so many other things, about Shine Your Light and all of that stuff. Um, and but it had initially started like in 2017, like years ago, when I was typing in a document, like when I was in a very, very dark, dark, dark space. And it was during O break. And I was just typing in a document like every other day. Like I had like two of my closest friends and one of my first exes, like he had just broken up with me. They kind of had broken up with me as well. So it was kind of like a lot of like um stuff going on at one time. And yeah, like I was just typing in that document. I didn't know like what the document was um going to be, but I just started typing and it just ended up leading me to write poetry, to join a society called Spoken Word Society, which I ended up being the head of at some point when I was in upper six.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, like it started there. That was the beginning. But the motive was kind of like when I was trying to start a project thing for this orphanage and it wasn't working like during COVID. Like I'd gotten some of my friends to help me and all of that stuff. Shout out to all my friends that helped me with that. But things weren't working and then COVID hit and all of that. And I was kind of feeling down in the dumps and all that stuff. And then the Lord told me to start the blog I'd wanted to start a couple months before.
Mhm.
And I just started writing. The piece that I wrote was, I think, the two main pieces that I distinctly remember writing from that point were the one about Chadwick Boseman and Princess Diana, because I had been watching a lot of documentaries about the royal family, Princess Diana, Whitney Houston on Netflix, and all of that stuff. So it was something that really intrigued me when the passing of Chadwick Boseman was aligning with the passing of Princess Diana, who died in the 90s. So I then wrote about something to do with legacy.
Mhm.
And at the same time, I was also watching a lot of Hamilton, the musical, by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I just love musicals. I love Afro. Uh, mm, no, I love musicals. Let's just say that because I can't think of the word I want to say, so I'm just gonna say I love musicals. I love musicals. So I kind of incorporated that into the thing I was doing, into the blog post I was doing, and then I started off a lot of other things like my spoken word nights, building a brand, all of these other things that I did that are on the Instagram page. But yeah, but I know I'm transitioning into something bigger than what I'm doing right now. Like I know a year from now, the setup is gonna be different because I'll be probably in a different place. Maybe same city, maybe different city, I don't know. But I know everything will be different a year from now. But that's kind of like what prompted like shine your light and the motive behind it as well. So hope that's me answering the question. I feel like I was rambling.
No, it's you think um I mean purpose is very important.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you believe that shine your light is creating a space to uplift other people? Because it's one thing you're doing it, for your own, which is probably the most important thing because peace is very priceless. So to find something that you can do every day that would encourage that, is very much needed. But it's shining a light. I've seen that you talk to other people and you sort of like uplift other people, bring other people, talk to them, find out what they're doing, give them a platform to speak about things that could also potentially inspire other people. Like, how does that make you feel?
I think it's amazing the fact that I God like trusted me with all of this because um never would I have thought this is what I would be doing. Because yeah, like I would kind of compare myself with my siblings because they had like certain tangible um um skills like being able to do someone's hair or draw or whatever. I had writing, poetry and singing and um talking a lot. That was literally literally what I have. And yeah, it's not something that I thought I would be doing, but seemed to be something that I'm very good at and all of that stuff. And it's it's amazing to see like people wanting to talk to me and like in your case you reached out to me which was really really amazing because that's one thing I've also been praying about and thinking about is that I want people to be able to reach out to me as well because um looking for people sometimes can be strenuous, but also having people specifically be like, I want to talk to you. You feel special. You feel like, oh, me? Really? Oh my gosh. So it's really nice to see. And I've had some friendships grow as a result of shine your light. Like even when I was praying for it, like I was just praying for just today and all I could hear the Holy Spirit was saying that this is your purpose. So I know I will do other things. I know I will start other things, but I know that this is the main thing that's gonna uh be the center of my life for a very long time.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
Apart from, it being difficult to, look for people to have conversations with on this platform, do you have any other difficulties that you face when it comes to shining your light?
Um I think one of them like maybe 2 years ago was just connecting with the wrong people that financially took a strain on my spoken word night, finding freedom. Yes, yes. I I was introduced to like two people that I chose. Like I had a choice of videographer for that spoken word night, and I chose this other guy. And on the surface, he seemed great and all of that stuff, but when he was making my video, when he was shooting my video and all of that stuff, it wasn't the best.
Mm.
And I couldn't get like a refund or anything. And when I tell you I was pissed off for a
Yeah.
long time, for a good 2, 3 months, because it was a lot of money that went into something that already wasn't going to make any financial like footprint, because I wasn't charging for the spoken word nights, which I think I in retrospect I think I should have charged it. Like even $2 would have been fine to just charge so that something could be covered. And I remember I was so upset, like so upset. Even the person that I was with at the time, he was just like, you gotta just, it's okay, you gotta let it go. I was like, no, this is not it. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I guess also letting the right people influence shine your light and influence my life. Because there are some people that I've grown closer to as a result of doing this. And there are some people that I talk to once, like, and then the interview's over and that's about it. We still say hi to each other, we still follow each other and all of that stuff, and not no bad blood or anything, but just trying to ensure that like choosing the right people to be in my life, especially for Shine Your Light, doesn't like I really pray about it and really give it to the Lord and let him guide me to the right people, because as much as I can have the right people like in my life, like friendships and all of that stuff, like the people in my business can drastically affect everything,
Yeah.
in a good positive view and a negative view. So I think that was a hard season that I went through. I was so upset that I realized like the dream that I had to start my own media company had to come true, because I never wanted someone to experience that ever again, like not getting good quality.
Yeah.
So whenever I do start Princess Media, I will ensure that I produce the people and the content that I'm supposed to. I feel like it'll probably Princess Media will probably be under Shine Your Light, but it will also be uh, for everyone. Like um I haven't really figured out the demographics and all of that stuff, but it won't just be like a Shine Your Light production company type of thing. It'll be producing content for a lot of people as well
Mm.
as making our own content too.
Wow.
Um yeah, so hopefully that answers your
Yeah.
question.
Many
Yeah.
like experiences, help us cultivate what our futures look like, So knowing as irritating as it was back then, kind of the seed now that this is what I
Mm,
want to what happened.
mm,
And truly, I wish you the best. I know you'll be able to do it.
thank
It's
you.
the media is behind. You'll do it. You
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when it happens, it'll be amazing. Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Hard now.
Could be about anything. Ask me anything.
Wow.
Um, anything.
Anything. What are you cooking right now?
I am making chicken
Mm-hmm.
and rice with
Mm,
veggies on the side.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. What
Yeah.
kind of chicken? Like, what's the recipe?
Soy sauce,
Okay.
honey.
That's nice.
ginger,
Mm-hmm.
a bit of salt because soy sauce already has salt, a bit of salt because I like salt, and um a bit of the Steers salt seasoning. You know the chip one.
UK? I don't want to sound ignorant, but is
It
there?
was on Amazon. I don't Steers isn't in the UK, but it's a salt that was on Amazon that my sister bought. I put a bit of it. I didn't put too much because there's
Mm-hmm.
already a lot of salt and everything else. So I don't want to be giving people heart attacks.
But like you cook like that. You just say, okay, I cook to survive.
I'm trying not to cook to survive. I cook every day. Well, the
Mm-hmm.
times that we don't make dinner at home, I cook most of the time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like
Like
yeah.
you're not by yourself.
Huh?
We, you're not by yourself.
No, I cook it by myself. No, I'm just
Mm.
saying we as in for my sister and
Ah,
I. Yeah. Um, I usually make dinner.
mm-hmm.
Because I can't be paying money for takeout every day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like I'll treat myself. Like I've started to treat myself every Friday. Like last week I got myself a milkshake. This week I got myself some ice cream
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. And I was just like, this is a good ritual because it's just Friday. Why
That's
not?
good for anything that's not like home-ish. You
Mm,
know, I just I could never like I remember this one time when we were going through a lot of things. My friend came over and she cooked, she meal prepped for me for the entire week.
mm,
And I'm telling you, I've never cooked every day in my life. Like I make sure to cook for the week. I just cannot stand by the stove. I'll be
mm,
so tired. I can't do it anymore.
mm. Yeah, like just like on Mondays and Tuesdays, because sometimes I have school. So like
Yeah.
um I can come home and just lay on my bed until 5 o'clock and then I start cooking dinner, then I have meetings in the evening for church. But
That's
like
nice.
yeah, I would in my mind I want to be that person that meal preps. However,
Mhm.
I haven't reached that point of action yet.
You're not at that stage yet. You're
Maybe
not
when
there.
I live alone, but I don't want to wait that long,
Mm.
all of that stuff, because I don't know like where I'll be this time
Mm.
next year, like in terms of city wise. Uh,
Mm.
so
So
I'll,
would you
yeah.
in this or no?
Hmm?
Like to stay in the same city or no?
I would like to move. Like the thing is with the UK, like there's so many places that you can go to besides like London or Birmingham or Manchester, all of that stuff. If I go there, great, but I would like to be somewhere like that's different. All of that, like in a working in a good company, being
Mm.
paid well and all of that stuff, but also like flexibility that allows me to like do the stuff I want to do at Shine Your Light. Because at some point I want to be able to get the people that I want to interview, like that are in the UK to come to me or I go to them. So I want there to be adequate distance from each other, you know. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I could possibly stay in the city I'm staying in, or I could move. I don't know. We'll see. Um, but yeah.
Yeah. Every given country for me, or the countryside, I
Mm.
think.
Would you
Like really,
stay in Poland?
I don't know. At first I was kind of against the idea, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like it's one of those like if I think about it, I might just like stroke outside in the snow. So I
Mm.
just just not like really think about it at least for now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm so used to staying by myself.
Mm.
I'm just a lone ranger to the point where even if I like to stay again with family, I don't know what that's like anymore.
Mm.
No, I want to try that out, you know. But obviously, if I have to, then I might just. But um, I think I'm just going to, because I know that my steps are guided, so I'm just trying to pray that the future is very, it's cleared up for me. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, okay, after school, like just now, like what are you gonna do? So I'm still like really thinking about it, like
Mm-hmm.
how do I do it? How do I, where do I even go?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, you'll find you'll find
Mm.
a way. Like even when I was looking for this degree, like I kept on sending my dad um the masters I wanted to do. And he kept on saying no, saying no, saying no. Then I prayed. I don't even know what I said in that prayer, but I prayed. And then I was looking on the website, and then I found the one I'm doing. And I was
Mhm.
like, this is perfect. And when I sent it to my parents, they were just like, this is perfect for you. And I was like, finally. And yeah, it's a bit challenging, like, because I hadn't been in school for a couple months, so my brain had kind of switched off. But like, it's been an interesting journey. And the fact that I'm almost finished, like, I have like 2 weeks left of my semester, then I'm done. And yeah,
Wait, how long was your master's?
it's a year long, started in September.
Mhm.
Um, so I finish in November, um, on the 28th, like
It's actually, yeah.
classes. And then I start again in January, and then until I think April,
Mm-hmm.
then I think June until August or September. Then I graduate this in November next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you almost done.
Yeah, it goes by very, very
Very fast.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what is just like zoom past
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's like we reached the final quarter of the year, and now we're in we're almost in December, and I'm like, how does that math make
Just
sense?
and I'm just like, um, okay, but like already, what's going on?
But
What I really like this role, just I just remember that now. Okay, the year is over now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're already singing Mariah Carey and all of that stuff. Like, like honestly, when people start singing her songs, you definitely know it's Christmas time, even if it's still in November. It's Christmas. It's
No,
it's
she's a man. She's a
yeah,
man.
yeah,
She's taking that back.
yeah. Um, any final words you would like to say before we end the interview?
Oh, final words, final words, final words. I think I'll just like say thank you for having me here. It's lovely having a platform to talk about my favorite thing. You
Mm,
know, my little firstborn, my baby here. And
it's her baby.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Little baby. You know, I like I said, she has to get everything she wants. She has to get all the coverage she deserves. And um, for anyone who's trying to do something, just go for it. Sometimes we often think, well, how is it going to be received? Well, you have to remember you're doing it for yourself. It's person. It starts with doing it for you, and then later whoever receives it, that's a bonus. And to always pray for certain things, certain directions that you are led in the right path. Some voices do not belong to the Lord.
Mm,
They do. So you really have to, is this what he's saying to me? And then you can keep going. But bottom line is I'm just like really happy to be here, again. Just to speak about this wonderful creation, And I appreciate that you give me the time to do that.
well, thank you so much for doing this the second time. Um,
All as well.
maybe we'll be asking you to come for the Shine Your Light conference that we will have very soon. I'm not gonna say no date because I have not planned anything, so please don't. I'm just saying stuff, Um, yeah, thank you so much for talking to me, for sharing your story about your book and about yourself as well. And I hope anyone who's watching, you guys can go buy From a Bird's Eye on Amazon. How much is it? So that the people know.
Uh, well, it's about 16 US dollars.
Okay,
US
16? 1 6?
dollars.
Can you repeat that? Sorry. It started
Yeah,
being weak.
yeah, it's 16 US dollars, and if you're living in Poland, it's 69 zloty. Everyone else, I think in Australia, about 22. I'm just trying to see from the figures, because I have friends all around the world,
Mhm.
so they were showing me when they were like taking the screenshot. In Canada must be 18 or 22 as well. Not sure. But yeah, definitely you'll be able to see in your currency wherever you are. Mm-hmm.
That's fine. So I'll put the link to the book, From a Bird's Eye by Chelsea. Guys, go get the book. Go get the book. It's so pretty. Look at it. So pretty. Anyway. Go get the book, go follow her. I'll make sure that all her links are in the description box. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys, because so that you can get more of these conversations with these amazing people that just want to have a conversation with me, honestly. I'm so grateful for you. What? For you. I'm so grateful. I need some coffee. Oh my gosh. Assignments are on my mind, guys. Please forgive me. I'm so grateful that you have taken the time to talk to me. And yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.